Welcome to another episode of fabitgarage. So this is going to be like a weekend episode. Since my last episode, I wasn't able to give you guys a sound of the cutouts. So now it's the weekend and I can actually get you guys footage of the cutouts opening and closing, how it sounds. I'm going to see if the wife will help me do a drive-by so you guys can see the car actually drive by with the cutout open and close. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the footage. And like I said, this is pretty much done for the winter. I'm gonna move the car over to that bay on the other side and probably cover it and only drive it sometimes, because now it's getting below 30 degrees here and it's pretty much winter time. So I'm gonna start other projects. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this. Okay, so I'm gonna do from start to finish real quick the whole procedure of getting the NB stock speedometer to work with a Ford T5 transmission and using a Ford OEM vehicle speed sensor. So again, you don't want to use a Fox body speed sensor because those are cable driven. You want to buy a speed sensor out of the SN95. So just go anywhere and buy a 94 or 95 Mustang vehicle speed sensor for a car that came with the T5. It's pretty much the same sensor, but it's not cable driven. So all you have is the two wires coming out of the sensor. You want to buy the sensor and you want to buy the connector. If you go online and type in T5 VSS connector, it comes up eBay, Amazon, it's like $10. You buy that connector. Once you buy that connector, if you're looking at the connector for the VSS, there's going to be a flat spot on the connector, and the other side of the connector is going to be two little ears. So you'll be able to tell that the top one, when you're looking at this view, is your negative. What that means is you're going to ground this wire. Your other wire coming out of the VSS will be your positive or signal. That has to go straight into the Dakota digital box, which I'll show you here. I made a little diagram here. So this is a signal wire coming from the OEM Ford VSS. That's gonna go right into input. So this area here is for speed. This area here is for tech. So if you go back on my videos and you wanna get your tachometer to work, you go back on the videos and you see that I did this section here. So this is just for your speedometer. And based on the output you pick means what kind of sensor you're using to send and the signal, what kind of cluster you're going into. If you're going into an OEM cluster and stuff, there's a whole application manual that comes with the box when you buy it. So, and this is Bluetooth. That's why it's 100 BT is the model. You go in and there's an app that you can change the settings right on the fly, which I'll give you guys a screenshot when I'm doing it. So let me refocus here. So once you do your input, you're gonna go output 1, which is the right signal for the Miata cluster, and you're gonna go to pin 2 on the Miata cluster on the pin 2M, which is connector 2, pin M. which is a black connector. So let me pull up this picture here real quick. So if you remove your cluster, you're gonna see 3 plugs on the back of your cluster. Plug number 2 will be a black plug, is the only black plug out there. So you can't really miss it. Then you're gonna have to find which pin is 2M, and I'm gonna show you guys here. So connector 2, if you're looking at the connector with the clip on the top, it'll be from left to right, the 4th pin, pin 2M. Now keep in mind that the wire coming out of there could be either black with a white stripe, or it could be an orange wire. In my case, mine is orange. So keep in mind, if you see either one of those 2 colors, you're fine. Basically, the wire coming out of the plug, just cut the wire right here and send the wire straight to here. Don't even use any of the wire from here back to the Miata harness. I guess you can tap into it if you like, but I just got mine because I'm never gonna go back to using the stock Miata speed sensor. So once you connect it to that, you pretty much have both your connections. Let me open this up again real quick. So these 2 will be connected. All you gotta do now is turn your ignition on. This box should get power. Then you're gonna go into the app store and you're gonna download Dakota Digital Accessories, the app. And what the app gives you, it lets you calibrate everything from your phone. So when you first open up the app, you're gonna see the first screen here, which is this. You're gonna click setup, and then from setup, you're gonna go into, mine is actually different than this. This must be an older app, but as soon as I click setup, mine will say speedometer. So I click on the speedometer, and then instead of showing you guys this, I'm gonna show you guys right now a screenshot of my actual screen and my settings. So you guys can take a look at this. This is where my settings are set. I have this set to off, and this is the signal that I have going out. So just make sure you pause on the screen, put the same settings, and press test. And what that does is it saves the settings. And that, when I test drove, my mile per hour was perfectly lined up with my GPS speed. So yeah, that's pretty much it. As long as you get your VSS out of a SN95 Mustang, which is 9495, that came out of a manual transmission, you should be good to go. You don't have to run a cable to it. It's just 2 wires, ground and signal. And put those settings in if you have an NB Miata, and you should have a fully working speedometer. So hopefully I can help one of you guys out. I'm sure there's a lot of videos for NA, because I believe NA still use cable. I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure NA still use cable. NB, they went to signal. So there's not a lot of videos on NB. So if I can help a couple people out figure this out, I'll be happy. So yeah. All right, so you guys just saw the footage. Unfortunately, the iPhone is extremely good at reducing noise. So when I actually open the cutout, listening through my phone, this is before I added in the video, you can't really tell that the cutout's opened. But like I said, the iPhone is really good at reducing background noise and stuff like that. So hopefully after I edit and post it, you guys will be able to notice it, but it's night and day difference. I mean, when you open it, they're decently loud. So Like I said, I'm using my phone. I apologize if it wasn't a great video as far as sound, but that'll give you guys an idea how it'll sound, and hopefully you guys enjoyed. So right now, tachometer's working, speedometer's working, everything's working on the car, and the car's pretty much done. So we'll see what the next videos bring. I'm gonna see if I have other projects going on and post videos on them. But the Miata for this year, at least, it's gonna be covered, and I'm not gonna mess with it anymore because it's pretty much done. So I appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I appreciate all the recent subscribers that I've been getting. I appreciate every single one of you, and we'll see you guys on the next one.